You're directing the question at Trump, knowing damn well that Biden didn't answer that question adequately. Knowing that damn well that Biden left a lot of holes that he needs to actually address in that answer. And instead you obfuscated, made Trump follow up, and now we're moving on to the next debate question. You need to actually relax. Debate just started. Jake Tapper hitting the jugular. Damn, no chill. Let's go, Jake Tapper. All right. Watch this, boys. It's gonna be a good debate. I mean, Joe Biden got to the podium. He actually got to the podium. He didn't fall. Let's see that, man. Jake Tapper hits the jugular right on the man. This is gonna be amazing. I can't believe this guy. I'm in shock right now.
Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here. Let's begin the debate, and let's start with the issue that voters consistently say is their top concern: the economy. President Biden, inflation has slowed, but prices remain high. Since you took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home prices have jumped more than 30%. What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency than they were under President Trump?
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president, what Mr. Trump left me. We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach in your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed. There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do was try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where we have 800,000 new manufacturing jobs. But there's more to be done. There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble. I come from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I come of households where the kitchen table, if the things weren't able to be met during the month, it was a problem. The price of eggs, the price of gas, the price of housing, the price of a whole range of things. That's why I'm working so hard to make sure I deal with those problems. And we're going to make sure that we reduce the price of housing. We're going to make sure we build 2 million new units.
That's the question! What are you doing to reduce the price of gas? What are you doing for it? You're saying, I'm going to do more. What are you doing right now? Nothing?
We're going to make sure we cap rents so corporate greed can't take over. The combination, what I was left with in corporate greed, is the reason why we're in this problem right now. In addition to that, we're in a situation where
capping rent?
All that was done in his administration. He didn't do much at all. By the time he left, things were in chaos, literally chaos. And so we put things back together.
Compared to your 4 years, I'm getting mad.
And I said those jobs, we make sure we had a situation where we brought down the price of prescription drugs, which is a major issue for many people.
Compared to you, interest rates at his time was 0.3%. You're 7.6%. He left at 0.3% interest rate. You gave us 7.6%. We used to be able to buy a house for free. Now we have to pay 7.6% at minimum.
Dollars for a insulin shot as opposed to $400. No senior has to pay more than $200 for any drug.
Where's the college tuition funds?
Next year.
Where's the college tuition relief? Where is that? Why are you talking? Why are you the one talking about college? Trump conceded that. He said, I don't care about college. You keep talking about college. You obviously don't care about college. Where's our $10,000? Screwed us all. During the middle of the pandemic when we needed the most. You screwed us.
And we're going to make that available to everybody, to all Americans. So
didn't you just restart the payments on all the student loans? Didn't you just restart them? What the hell is he talking about?
We're working to bring down the price around the kitchen table, and that's what we're going to get done.
What kitchen table?
We had the greatest economy in the history of our country.
Biden did not answer that question. He said, why is my food so expensive that I'm going to work on it? What did you screwed me. You're going to tell me you're going to work on getting my life better. You screwed me under Trump. Gas was $2. Now it's $3.89. What are you talking about? You doubled the price of eggs, inflation, interest rates. Your interest rate, you're screwing us. You're raising interest rates so you can increase unemployment. Do you not think we see this? You're screwing us. Our reserves, our oil reserves, you emptied them. You screwed us. Why are you comparing yourself to Trump? Don't start comparing yourself to Trump economically. You're going to lose. Let's see how Trump answers this.
Have never done so well. Everybody was amazed by it. Other countries were copying us. We got hit with COVID, and when we did, we spent the money necessary so we wouldn't end up in a Great Depression, the likes of which we had in 1929. By the time we finished, so we did a great job. We got a lot of credit for the economy, a lot of credit for the military, and no wars, and so many other things. Everything was rocking good. But the thing we never got the credit for, and we should have, is getting us out of that COVID mess. He created mandates that was a disaster for our country. But other than that, we had given them back a country where the stock market actually was higher than pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. The only jobs he created are for illegal immigrants and bounce-back jobs, a bounce back from the COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
Got him.
Thank you. President Biden?
Destroyed
the greatest
Biden.
economy in the world. He's the only one who thinks that, I think. I don't know anybody else who thinks he had the greatest economy in the world. And, you know, the fact of the matter is that we find ourselves in a situation where his economy, he rewarded the wealthy. He had the largest tax cut in American history, $2 trillion. He raised a deficit larger than any president has in any one term. He's the only president other than Herbert Hoover who's had lost.
Bro, you're talking about raising debt? Bro, he's embarrassing himself. Does he not know he's the president? He just raised debt? Does he think he just projects his worst characteristics on Trump and he's going to win this debate? You're exposing yourself.
Jobs than he had when he began, since Herbert Hoover. The idea that he did something that was significant in the military. You know, when he was president, they were still killing people in Afghanistan. He didn't do anything about that. When he was president, we were still finding ourselves in a position where
You're going to talk about war? Holy shit. He's going to talk about war and killing people. Didn't you start Ukraine? Aren't you arming Israelis right now? What are you talking about? Isn't you the one that started multiple wars?
had a notion that we were this safe country. The truth is, I'm the only president this century that doesn't have this decade, that doesn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world like he did.
That's true. Where's his voice? That's true. Where's his voice? Why can I barely hear him? Why does he sound like there's a cotton in his mouth? Rest in peace to Biden, for real.
President Trump, I want to follow up if I can. You want to respond?
Look at Trump's face right there.
Did.
President Trump, I want to follow up if I can. You
Am I
want
allowed to respond to him?
Well, I'm going to ask you a follow-up.
Well, let him respond.
You can do whatever you want with the minute that we give you. I want to follow up. You want to impose a 10% tariff on all goods coming into the U.S. How will you ensure that that doesn't drive prices even higher?
It's not going to drive them higher. It's just going to cost countries that have been ripping us off for years, like China and many others, in all fairness to China. It's going to just force them to pay us a lot of money, reduce our deficit tremendously, and give us a lot of power.
Well, why is Jake Tapper talking about raising prices, and why is he not mentioning that to Biden? It's clear that Biden didn't answer that question, so why don't you keep a follow-up question on Biden? Why are you following the question on Trump? If you were a good moderator, you would have noticed that Biden didn't answer that question at all, and he obfuscated and projected. And you would have went back and hit him back on it. Instead, you went and followed up with Trump and his policy. What about Biden's policies that's screwing us right now? Oh my God, I'm going to throw up.
Other things, but he made a statement. The only thing he was right about is I gave you the largest tax cut in history. I also gave you the largest regulation cut in history. That's why we had all the jobs. And the jobs went down and then they bounced back, and he's taking credit for bounce back jobs. You can't do that. He also said he inherited 9% inflation. Now, he inherited almost no inflation, and it stayed that way for 14 months, and then it blew up under his leadership because they spent money like a bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing, and they don't know what they were doing. It was the worst, probably the worst administration in history. There's never been. And as far as Afghanistan is concerned, I was getting out of Afghanistan, but we were getting out with dignity, with strength, with power. He got out. It was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country's life.
Got him!
Over the last 8 years, under both of your administrations, the national debt soared to record highs. And according to a new nonpartisan analysis, President
Look at
Trump's
Biden, he looks
administration
lost.
approved $8.4 trillion in new debt.
Why does Biden look so lost? And now Jake Tapper just moves on to the next question. Alright, Jake Tapper, that's fine. Just remember how much I despise you. You disgusting buffoon. You're directing the question at Trump, knowing damn well that Biden didn't answer that question adequately. Knowing that damn well that Biden left a lot of holes that he needs to actually address in that answer. And instead you obfuscated, made Trump follow up, and now we're moving on to the next debate question? Man, this is a joke, man. They're just here to get views. They're not here to actually get you an answer. Let's see the clickbaitiness. Let's see if Biden actually survived to the rest of this. Make sure you guys watch all the clips.